how Africans should support each other, how Africans should support each other, be it the business in terms of business. Because unfortunately or sadly, we find that when you support a fellow African, I would say an example like if I support a fellow Kenyan, I feel like they're succeeding and I'm remaining behind, or the other person is like doing better, or I am to owe them for that success. And we're discussing about how, as Africans, we don't support each other, and how we have a long way for us to go onto that. Yeah, would you agree to this?
I definitely agree.
So, hi guys, I am just taking a walk in the streets of Accra, Ghana, still in Osu, and as you can see, it is night. But as I was walking, I met this guy that's very, very interesting, and we're having a very interesting discussion. And I thought you guys cannot miss out on this juice. First of all, he's wearing a Nelson Mandela T-shirt, and I'm keen to know what inspired that.
Well, Mandela is, the father of Africa. So, anything Mandela, I'm rocking.
Okay.
So, it's really not like what you call it. It's let's put it like this. He's the father of Africa. There's a lot of respect there. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why.
So you have a big love for Africa, is that what would you say
Yeah,
that?
of course, I'm African.
Okay.
I'm African, 100%.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So on the discussion that we were actually having, it was about
We only live once, so you better do it right. Come on and ride with me as we create that life thriving in Africa.
how Africans should support each other. How Africans should support each other, be it the business in terms of business. Because unfortunately or sadly, we find that when you support a fellow African, I would say an example like if I support a fellow Kenyan, I feel like they're succeeding and I'm remaining behind, or the other person is like doing better, or I am to owe them for that success. And we're discussing about how, as Africans, we don't support each other, and how we have a long way for us to go onto that. Yeah, would you agree to this?
I definitely agree. Out here in our part of the world in Africa, like you said, the person coming to your store, your business feels like they helping you. In a sense, they are, but what they forget is I'm also supplying you a product or a service. How about that? You focus on that part and just help me out. It's a thing with us, with this skin complexion, this black people.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know. The Indians don't do that. The Chinese don't do this. It's only us. It's like let's pull him down. Let's make sure he doesn't succeed. Like, what do you gain? So yeah, it's I think it's a black thing, and how to change that, I don't even know. Because it's embedded in us. From as little as I don't know, as far back as I was a kid. This thing is embedded in us as Africans, and I don't know how we're gonna beat it out of us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Then you're explaining about two things that you think have contributed to this form of people thinking this way. And one of them that really stood out was the church, and how people are brainwashed when it comes to that.
Of course. The church is two things: religion and culture.
Okay.
Now culture, I'm not saying abolish everything that has to do with culture. We Africans, our culture means a lot to us. But some of these things are bullshit. Bullshit, total bullshit. Religion too, bullshit. You know what I mean? Like brainwashing. I tell people, my kids will never go to church. I don't go to church. I will never step into church. It doesn't make sense. Because one thing I say, and it might probably get you in trouble, I don't know, but if the Sunday school teacher is that smart, why is he teaching in Sunday school? Is he the person that I want to, give my child to teach as a parent? Because listen, the teacher is not even responsible to teach your kids. Your kids are the teachers with your kids, 8 hours a day? But the kids are with you every day. So your responsibility is really on the parent to teach the kids, not the teacher. And worst of all, the Sunday school guy or lady. Like, you're just doing your kids a disservice, My advice to people, keep the kids out of church, Let them stay at home, work some computers, do some math, some science. That's what's going to make the world, benefit from. Not no Bible, I'm just, it's just, I feel like it's bullshit.
But I'm keen to know, like, what necessarily about church is specific on this is where the brainwashing of now you can't support each other that you think that came from.
Yeah, you see somebody says they're sick of cancer, okay? Now you're sick of cancer and somebody tells you, come drink this oil. You know what I mean? And they put the oil in your mouth, and it's all fake. man. It's all fake. There's no pastor on the face of this planet that can heal somebody from cancer. There are people that are trained to do that, and these people are called doctors. Now, if you want to go to church for some spiritual, feeling good on your insides every Sunday, or you got a brand new outfit and you want to go, display to the people in church, that's on you. But to think that a pastor is really going to heal you or do something, it's a business. I told my friend, if I have a lot of money, I'll set up a church. Okay, and I find somebody that knows how to preach really good, and then at the end of the Sunday service, we split it into 3.
The salary.
The pastor keeps one, I keep one, and then there's one for the maintenance of the church. That's it. It's a business.
Nice.
All these pastors. Listen, all the branches of every church. I can guarantee you, there's no one person in the church whose name is on the deed or on the title of the church. But if you go deep into it, the pastor owns all of these churches, all these properties. Who signs the checkbooks to the church account? It's the pastor. And they tell you it's God's work.
Yeah.
For God's sake, man, God created, I told you this early. God created heaven, earth, the moon, the sun, whatever. And this guy needs money now? Come on, bro.
Did you see in Rwanda, they actually closed down 500 churches?
Oh, I never heard, but that's a good thing if they did. It's a good thing if they did. It's useless. Come on, build some companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Give people jobs. Everybody. Listen, the church is a job. It's the business. The pastor has found a way to use people's minds because they know most people's brains are like little.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is you go into some of these churches and the people that run the countries are actually sitting in front row. The ministers, it's amazing because you know why? The indoctrination started when they were babies. That's why you don't take your kids to church when they are babies. Allow them to get to 22, 25 years old, and when they go find a church, then they can decide if one. But if you take them as young as 6, 7, 8, you're killing them. You know what I mean? Let them stay out of church. Protect their brains. When they get to 22, 23, 25 and they go find Jesus or God or whatever, okay, then they can make decisions. Then when a pastor says, let me pour oil in your mouth so I can heal you of cancer, your son is going to be like, oil in my body and it's going to heal cancer? Because his brain is, he's allowed himself to, acquire some knowledge and whatever. So he's looking at a pastor like, you got to be stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's my take on it.
But there's something I think I like to take from the church. You see, like the way you've also said you're gonna you can easily start a church and then start a whole business.
Right.
Is one takeaway that I take from the church is the whole idea of evangelism. I don't know if they do evangelism here. It's where people go and are talking to other people about Jesus or about God or preaching to other people and bringing them to this message. And I feel like the little my contribution to this conversation about uniting Africa and supporting one another, especially as Black people, has to be, for me, I'm doing the part of evangelizing. And that could entail, it could take a very long time that me and you having this conversation to 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, 1,000 people, the impact might not be there necessarily now, but in the long run, I see the potential of it. In the same way the church, many people believed finally, and now we are talking about everyone is believing the whole concept about church and everything. In the same spirit, if we continue preaching on this, then we can people can continue beginning.
Yeah, so all you're saying is it's still evangelism, but it's a different topic.
Exactly, it's the right topic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense. That I think everybody should support that. You
think it will work?
To change the mindset of people. I mean the church is working. I mean the indoctrination has been years. I mean thousands of years.
Yeah.
So just started it now, but it got to start from somewhere. So maybe we might not see it, because we got only a few years. You got probably 40, 30 years, and that's it.
We might not see it.
You know what I mean? But yeah, you can start. It's a good thing to start, but and it might work. You might not see the fruits of it, but it's a right step. Yeah.
I think Nelson Mandela did it, and now we can see his effort and everything.
Right.
He might not have celebrated whatever he fought for around those times, but I feel like even for you, as you're living your day-to-day normal life, I really appreciate that you don't keep these truths to yourself. You speak them out, the same way we started.
But you gotta. Another thing also is you gotta be careful where you speak these truths at.
Okay.
This is Africa. They'll come for you. You know, there's yeah, I can't. There's a lot of things. One of the reasons why my face is not even in this video is
Yeah.
because of this. You know what I mean? They'll come for you
What does coming for you look like?
in so many ways. You know, it's in so many ways. You don't know who's gonna hear this or see you, and they might know you, and then anything can happen. So you got to be very careful. You know, it's two things you got to be careful when you're talking about politics and religion.
Okay.
You know what I mean? These
Yeah.
two things. Ooh, yeah. So yeah.
Most controversial
Yeah,
conversations.
very. So I tend to try to keep my opinions to myself,
Yeah.
but sometimes you just gotta, say what you gotta say, and
Is all hope lost?
I don't think so. It's not lost, but it's like
Minimum.
it can be found right now. We are looking for it, But I think we're gonna find it, but it's not lost. It's around somewhere. Hope is around somewhere, but it's not. We can't find it yet, but we'll find it. We'll definitely find it.
I'm thinking someone is listening to this conversation and is wondering, what can you maybe say? What can you tell someone, like maybe there's someone who's young, especially younger people that are educating themselves on this conversation, or even someone who's older, like in terms of, especially as Black people and as Africans, what would be like, your message, especially speak more on the business world and how to fight through even the lack of support from like Black people?
I mean, listen, I tell people like this: chase your dreams, do what makes you happy, and things that make sense. Don't waste your time on bullshit. Things that don't make sense, don't waste your time on it. Don't go spend thousands of dollars learning the Bible.
Okay.
Like thousands of dollars going to school of theology. It's a Bible you're gonna go study, man.
Yeah.
What's so big about that? You gotta go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to study the Bible theology. Just do things that make sense.
Yeah.
But then again, people will say, what really makes sense? What makes sense to me might not make sense to the other person. So maybe the person that's studying theology thinks it makes 100% sense to them. And what do you use it for? What are you going to be? You're going to be a pastor? You're going to be what? A history teacher? What are you? I don't know.
Yeah.
But to each his own. But with everything that I said, I also tell people, I don't impose what I believe on people. You know what I mean? If this is what,
nice.
if I can only tell you my perspective and my opinion on things.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing anybody to believe what I believe in. No, that's controlling, and it will be wrong. But believe what you want to believe, but apply common sense. Because there's a lot of things that's just common sense, but I think critical thinking is missing too. People just don't sit and think about these things. The brain is in your head for a reason. Just use it. If you don't use it, somebody's going to use it for you. That's it.
Okay. So I've been wanting to ask you this. If you don't want it on camera, that's fine. I'll cut it out. But your accent is different. So does it mean?
I'm African, 100%.
Okay, you've lived in Ghana all your life?
No.
So I was able to pick that. So where have you lived?
America.
Oh, okay.
Right.
How long?
For a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a decade?
Yeah, more
Oh,
than.
okay.
Yeah.
Then you came back. Why?
It's just, business opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Is the American dream not a true story?
It is. It's a true story.
Oh, okay.
It's a
You
true
got
story.
yours?
Somewhat.
Oh, nice.
We're still working.
Oh,
We're still
okay.
working.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, it was nice having this discussion. So that's as much as I would share with you guys. I hope you just took something from this discussion. Just, evaluate on the things that you believe on and seek to find those that are true. Change your mindset on things that need to be changed. Like first of all, let's begin by decolonizing our minds. Let's trust and believe in each other, and let's be a united continent, and African diasporans and Africans from all over the world. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.